So this is the ugly, formerly ugly but rusty, now it's just ugly and black rocket stove heater. Some of you guys have seen this before. Just doing a few different mods, but for those that aren't in the know, that's kind of what the insides look like. I chopped the top off there and kind of made this a modular thing so I can experiment a little more. So it goes into that burn chamber. This is 3.5 inch square into 4 inch. You can see the 4 inch there in the bottom. I've got some insulation between this bigger one here. Zoom out. This is a new camera. Insulation between that, and then that goes into the big old tank. A couple things I changed from last year. This was up about mid-level, the exhaust there. Now it's down at the bottom. Like I say, I also chopped that off so I could do some experimenting. On top of that, we'll set it up here. We'll set that guy. And then it's kind of two pieces. I messed around a little bit. One of the advantages of that deal. So there's a vent that'll slide down in there. Then the actual pellet burning part is this basket, and that'll slide down in there. It actually ends up resting about like that in the assembly, so down flush with that level there. A lot of guys on this basket, they'll get stainless steel, or they'll make one, spend hours making one out of stainless steel wire. You know what, as easy as that is to make, it's expendable, and so that's just cheap stuff, and I'll have to replace it a few times this year, I'm sure. We'll run through that. So I'll put it together and fire it up and burn some ugly black paint off, and be back. So that's where the pellets go. You can see how that arrangement is in there. You can't really see anything going on in there quite yet. I'm just firing it up, and basically I just use one of those little fire brick starter kind of things. But you can see the pellets. I don't know how well you can see in there or not. I might have to. Yeah, kind of. You can see in there, I guess. You can see it running the flame across that pellet basket. It just takes a few minutes to get it going here, and I'll be back. Okay, so it just started rocketing away there. You can see through this draw here. You can see the flame. It just started going. So it's not really going quite full speed yet. You can hear it actually. And there you can see the coals. That's got a little ways to really get going. Let's see, maybe you can see the coals if I actually point the camera at it. Back off there. There you can see inside there, I think. And that's all there is to it. It just started to rocket. So in other words, the pellets just started catching on fire. And you can see that'll just feed right down there. That's pretty much it. I just jury-rigged an exhaust here. We do have kind of gusts of 10 miles an hour. You can't see the exhaust. It's pretty much clean. You know, when it just starts to rocket, there's a little bit of exhaust, but not much. I do have the temperature gauge up there. We'll keep track on that, and I'll be back. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's about 17.5 minutes since it actually started rocketing. In other words, the pellet's on fire. And we're still cooking along pretty well there. Again, I don't know how well you can see that either. We'll try to see the zooming in. You can see the flame there. I don't know how well this is going to turn out on the video, but this is actually a good science lesson on the fact that it's the vapors that burn and not the actual solids. You can actually see the smoke jump off the pellet and then ignite. And you can hear it there. And you can see we got a pretty extensive, if I can really get down here in limbo, pretty extensive bit of coals going there. Just back off. You can see it's glowing awfully well. And as I said, it's about 17-18 minutes or whatever into the burn. And the top temperature is right at 550. So, and I've just got this flue just kind of jury-rigged there. This creosote you see running down the side, that's from an earlier test burn before I had the burner kind of perfected. I was getting a lot of black smoke. If we go up here now, it's clear as a bell. As far as the exhaust temperature, today isn't really a fair day. I am getting some help from Mother Nature. It's 80 degrees today. But this morning I was running this, and anyway, you can put your hand up here, no problem. It's actually, it's barely warm, but it's the same temperature as just this good old steel that's sitting in the sun. They say it's a warm day. So, you know, a few things to change. In my previous arrangement, I did have this a lot of times getting up to 650. So I know there's still some improvement to get going on the draft here and do some things, but that's one of the reasons I made that top piece removable, all that burner and all that, so I can, you know, remove things and experiment. That's the whole point. And you can see we're just kind of jury-rigged with the exhaust here. It actually goes out. It's a 5-inch exhaust. It's 3.5-inch square, goes into a 4-inch inside pipe, and then, like I say, that's insulated. That insulated piece goes up about halfway, and then the actual internal stack, that 4-inch inside pipe, stops about 6-8 inches from the top of the dome here. And anyway, that's it. Like I say, popping away about 550. It's still rising. I do have Mother Nature in favor right now. This morning it was 30 degrees out when I did the first test burn before I started welding stuff up heavy. And it was 30 degrees out and I reached that 550. It took about 30 minutes that time, but the tank had been outside all night, so it was 30-degree steel. And but you know, rockets along pretty good. You can see it just feeds on down there. I've probably gone through 1.5, if you total that amount of pellets, 1.5 of those. Actually, probably just one now that I think about it. Eventually I make a bin that holds some more pellets here. I don't make it too big like on my last one. Or my last one, it'd burn about an hour without a refill. And honestly, I'm dealing with fire here inside an old wooden structure. So the fact that I have to refill it every hour doesn't bother me, because it means I have to attend the fire, and you know, no harm in that, no harm in keeping an eye on it. So anyway, that's kind of the basics of it. Always some more tweaking, always open to suggestions. So there you go, pellet stove rocket guy. Probably add some more insulation down there, by the way, some insulation at all to cover that, really that main burn chamber. So other than that, comments or questions, go ahead.